I feel that the assessment-based professional standard 19 is essential to the sector, really. Assessment is absolutely key to what we do. It's a core element of education. And essentially, assessment is learning, and it encapsulates in everything we do. It's the golden thread that runs through education, our pedagogies and our andragogies around teaching and learning, really. And every stage of the learner journey and experience is essential and makes such a difference to the learning potential of our young people and our adults. Certainly, post-COVID, post-lockdown, how we formulate assessment is key, really. The nature of assessment is evolving, and our professionals need to adapt their practice to ensure that assessment and feedback activities are efficacious and effective, and allow learners to really develop that range of skills, of key knowledge points that they require. To put this standard into practice is really through collaboration and working with peers, with colleagues, to look at the changing approaches, as well as the traditional approaches to assessment that we feed in, whether that's formative, whether that's summative, whether that's a learning environment within a classroom, within a workshop, wherever it may be. But it's working with different people to facilitate the changing approach that we have towards assessment, but also to hold on to the assessment practices and feedback practices in particular that have worked effectively in the past. It's important that we evolve with some of the enhancements from lockdown and the approaches to education and assessment and feedback that we've seen there, but also to utilise the more established mechanisms that we have, working in collaboration with the ETF, with wider bodies, to really delve into the practice and incorporate different elements into their feedback and assessment endeavours, I think is absolutely key. I would advocate that professionals really reflect on how effective the assessment mechanism has been to facilitate constructive and appropriate and holistic feedback that will enable the learners to develop and adapt their practice going forward. We need to work with peers and colleagues to discuss, debate and try new things, and when they work, share that. So I think there's a dual approach of that collaborative nature around assessment and feedback practices where we share with others, but also to see what works for the individual students, so that there's a duality to our approach, so essentially the learning experience is a productive one.